Kak Fah dah live lah. Ya, dah
Oh,
live.
dah live. Oh, kita live sekarang ni?
Ha.
Macam nak bagi link?
Ha?
Macam nak bagi link?
Buka
Link
kat
YouTube.
YouTube rasanya. Ha.
Kena buka YouTube akhirnya?
Yep. Ada tak live kita? Aku tak ada. Oh my god, tak ada.
Tak ada?
Tengok dah jadi isu. Betul lah. You are live. Oh, sebab private. Patutlah. Kita letak private. Public. Sorry.
Oh, so kalau kata private ni orang tak nampak lagi lah
Ha?
Kalau sekarang ni maknanya orang dah nampak ke belum?
Dah.
Okay, everyone.
Private ni orang tak nampak lagi lah Dah.
Macam mana kita nak bagi link dia? Ke akak kena buka kat lain device untuk tengok YouTube?
Boleh jap kita share. Sulai tak kata Allah. Tiba. Mana group UKMI? Peace. Macam ni kita nak buat dia punya.
Macam mana nak tengok? Tak ada pun.
Tak ada ke? Ada lah.
Tak, maksudnya tak nampak pun yang kita ada yang live.
Tak ada ke? Dah tengok UKMI tak? Cuba refresh.
Oh kita tengah. Tapi tak gerak. Oh tengah kena tekan dulu.
Yeah. Ada Nasha.
Hai Nasha.
Nanti ramai orang tengok tahu.
Okay. So kita nak tunggu orang masuk dulu ke macam mana ni?
Orang dah masuk. Hai Ain.
Mungkin kita boleh letak kita punya ni dulu kot. Poster supaya takut dia tak tahu.
Macam mana kita letak poster?
Poster yang tak kat mana? Poster yang ada.
Poster hari tu dekat group yang ada Dr.
Hai Hikmah. So sementara diorang masuk kita boleh letak post dulu supaya diorang tengok. Thank you Tashini.
Macam buat ni lah. Apa nama dia tu?
Macam buat live kan, macam menjadi jual.
Macam buat me angry.
Malu.
I'm trying to figure out.
The poster.
Oh my god, malunya.
Hai Fiza.
Kejap lagi kot, after kita dah end, rasanya boleh add thumbnail. So boleh lah.
Tak bukan sekarang ni untuk awal-awal ni, orang yang nak masuk ni, sebab kan kita nak present, nak start pada awal. Ke yang tak jumpa?
Kejap.
Kak cari kat mana?
Ya Allah, apakah ini? UKMI Psychology 2002@gmail.com. Bawa lah dia punya password. Karipak Bentang.
Nak akak ni tak? Nak akak share screen ni tak dulu?
Share screen?
Akak dah jumpa poster.
Oh nak share poster kan? Share lah. Share.
Correct. Sekejap.
Weh, lapor orang lah asal ni.
Okay. Akak start share. Okay. Share screen. Asal ni. Asal tiba-tiba. Dia tiba-tiba stuck lah.
Ayo. Sekejap. Kita tengah brain manage videos.
Dia stuck. Aduh, macam mana ni? Ying, stuck. Akak stuck dekat sini, dia macam tak gerak apa-apa. Tapi dekat YouTube dia bergerak. How?
Dekat YouTube bergerak, apakah maksudnya?
Okay, dah. Baru ni. Dia lambat dah pula. Okay, winner. Nampak tak ke tak nampak? Tak keluar pun.
Sekejap, kita kena let kat part. Kantainya banyak Doraemon. Kejap kita review. Dah ke?
Dah kan akak dah buka dah ni.
Tapi dekat sini, cuba Kak Far share balik screen. Like stop sharing screen, lepas tu share balik. Nak tengok Kak Far punya collection.
Betul-betul kat luar lah ni. Siut betul kan. Malu I. Okay, dah boleh ke? Okay, akak share balik Share screen. Window. Tengok tu dia start balik. Okay
Dah
lah.
ke?
Dah.
Tapi keluar ni lagi.
Ada tak? Keluar tak?
Keluar yang gambar-gambar Doraemon tu lah. Gambar-gambar Doraemon banyak-banyak dalam file.
Akak dah tekan ni. Tak keluar lagi?
Keluar. Biar je lah. Kita letak je lah yang ni.
Asal lah? Aduh. Malah fikir dah tu.
Kak Far dah kedak guys.
Tak reti lah. Lambat lah benda-nya. Okay. Ying, so how? Nak start sekarang tak?
Nak start sekarang ke? Siapa nak kita orang start sekali tiba?
Siapa nak kita orang start sekarang cakap, Yahoo!
Ni kalau Dr. Syafiqah
tengok YouTube aku sekarang, tengok.
Tak nak, akak tak tengok Aizah punya.
Akak tengok balik lah. Aku tak semula, aku tak YouTube semula. Okay, paksa pula orang tengok
Itulah, dah maksa tak baik.
Tapi kenapa berkurang je ni?
Because
I
everyone
Icah Janat. Okay. So, kita start sekarang boleh? Boleh?
Okay, boleh.
Tapi kita tak ada tu tak tahu nak cakap macam mana sebab tak ada poster tu. Penat-penat yang buat cantik tiba tak ada poster.
Kafar tak boleh buka slide Kafar ke?
Akak tak boleh nak buat, tak nak buka yang poster yang Jing buat tu.
Tak boleh nak buka,
Takut.
Apa?
tapi slide akak boleh kan buka?
Slide akak Ying yang buka.
Semua kita buka. Okay.
Okay, baik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today, insyaAllah, we want to start our movie review for introduction for subject introduction of psychology, and maybe we can start our review today with Umul Kitab Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to our movie review presentation live on YouTube. So my name is Ain Safia binti Azmi, and I'm going to do a review, a movie review on a movie called The Blind Side: Evolution of a Game, directed by John Lee Hancock. So before we start, I hope that everyone is relaxed, like have some food to munch on, because tonight's just going to be like a very chill night, a very chill session. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the storyline. So basically, this movie is based on a real story, actually. Um, but the movie is played by Quentin Aaron. The main character is called Michael Orr. So basically, you can see Michael Orr in the back here. He is a tall African American, and he is tremendous in size. So basically, he is a homeless teenager who comes from a broken home. He had a very bad past experience because he was taken away from his mother. So his mother is a drug addict, and his father was basically absent in his life. Boleh dengar tak Kak Far?
Boleh.
The
Jelas.
okay, kejap eh.
Cuma tadi dia macam bergema sekejap.
Okay, now?
Now,
Sorry,
okay.
uh,
Nice, beautiful.
Sorry everyone. Technical problems. Okay, so basically Michael is a very shy, reserved, and lip-tight teenager. So Michael basically have a lot of struggles trying to create a good future. But luckily he met the Tui. The Tui, you can see the white people in this picture. They are the Tui family. So they adopted Michael, basically taken Michael into their family. Making Michael their own son. So basically, they help Michael with his grades, by giving him food, by taking care of him until he became a very, very, very successful football player. Okay, so next, how does this movie relate to psychology? So basically, this movie talks a lot about social psychology, and it also relates to development psychology. So the examples of psychology that were shown in this movie is prejudice, aggression, discrimination, stereotypes, and also racism. So the first theory that we're going to hop on is social identity theory, which is proposed by Henry Touchfield. He is a social psychologist. So he proposed that groups which people belong to is a pride, which creates like their self-esteems, increase their self-esteems. Like having groups give us a sense of where do we belong in the society. You know what I mean? So the hypothesis of this theory is that group members of an in-group will seek to find negative aspects of an out-group to enhance their self-image. For example, I will give you white people versus black people. So white people look at black people as thugs, as bad guys. They do drugs. They shoot people, all the bad stuff. Yeah, that's the example. Okay, so there are three stages of social identity theory, which is social categorization, social identification, and also social comparison. So social comparison ni, is where we compare uh, our group with others. Categorization, sorry. Social categorization is where we categorize people in order for us to identify them. So in this movie, um, Leah Ann talked about adopting Michael to her friends, but then her friends said that why are you? They are like against Leah Ann's decision. They said that why are you adopting a black man? Aren't you scared of adopting a black man in the house? You know what I mean? So they are basically, it's like prejudice lah for me. So moving on is social identification, where we adopt the identity, then act like it. So, for example, in this movie, Michael got into high school, so he's a student. So, because he is a student, he has to act like a student. That's why social identification means. So, for example, Michael went into the school, so he tried to fit in into the white community because everyone in the school is basically white. He is the only black person, so he struggles. He really struggles to to try.
The white person, the white people and the dark people they don't have a good terms, right?
Yes, they don't really have good terms because they look at Michael as if Michael is a very dangerous person because he's big size, he looks scary now for the white people. Okay, so for social comparison, is where we compare groups with others. So in this movie, we can see an accurate representation between the white versus the black, where the white family represents the Tui family. So the Tui is very successful. They are rich. They live in a big mansion. They go to good school. They have good reputation. While Michael is homeless, he is poor, uneducated. So it really creates an accurate representation. Okay, moving on, we have Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory, which is defense mechanism. In this movie, Michael or show isolation, where he avoid talking about his emotion. He doesn't want people to, because he doesn't trust anyone. So, for example, in this movie, there was one scene where Leah Ann asked a lot of personal questions to Michael, but Michael didn't answer any of them because at first he doesn't trust Leah Ann because Leah Ann is a stranger, so he doesn't feel like wanting to trust Leah Ann because he had a very past experience. He was taken away from his mother, so he never really had consistency in a relationship because people kept on leaving him, so he doesn't trust. So he isolates his feeling. He doesn't talk about it at all. Okay, moving
I
on.
can relate you. Yes. But by the way, this movie is very famous talk on TikTok
Yes,
right
it
now,
is very
right?
famous on TikTok. I actually know this movie.
Brilliant, brilliant. Huh? Choosing the brilliant movie.
Yes, it is. Okay. So moving on, we have post-traumatic disorder. In this movie, disclaimer, it doesn't state that Michael have PTSD, but I feel like he has
Mm.
because he kept on getting flashback of his past traumatizing childhood life, which I will show you guys a clip lah. Okay.
So ni time childhood lah. His
What?
childhood lah.
Yeah, this is during his childhood. He was taken away from the states, away from his mother, because his mother is a drug addict. So they take away Michael from her. Okay, so moving on, we have Abraham Maslow's theory of biosocial development. So in his theory, he has a pyramid, like pyramid, the food pyramid. So his pyramid is called hierarchy of needs, where it basically explains development in growth. There are 5 levels in the pyramid. 4 level is for physiological growth. The 5th level is for personal growth. So in this story, for you to move up, you have to fulfill the level, and then you can go to the next level. So in this, the first level is basically basic survival needs, which is water, food, shelter. But because Michael, his biological parents, they did not provide Michael with these basic necessities because they weren't there during his childhood because he was taken away to different orphanage. Uh, so he didn't get this consistent basic necessities. So because of that, he doesn't feel safe lah because he doesn't get consistent love from everyone. He doesn't get like a consistent yeah. uh, so
In Malay, we say like anak terbuang like that.
like that, anak terbuang, anak terbiar lah, like that.
Yeah, anak terbiar.
Yeah. Okay, so in this movie, when the two
Why so sad this movie?
it's very
I want to watch.
sad.
I want to watch after this.
You should watch the movie. Okay, so when the two he invited Michael to their home, so it really made a very good impact towards his future. So when there was a scene where Leah Ann gave Michael a bed. He said that I've never had a bed before. It's very, very sad. Okay, so when the Tui fed him, gave him, the basic necessities, so he can proceed to the next level because he have fulfilled the requirements to move on to the next level, which is safety and security. So when the Tui he fed him, basically take care of him, he felt he can develop sense of security towards the Tui family. So when people take care of you, they appreciate you, you want to protect them, right? So that is what
True, definitely.
Michael was able to develop. So next is first stage of Erickson's ideology, which is infants, the one we have learned during Dr. Shafika's class. So, like I said before, Michael did not have consistent support from his biological parents because they weren't there. So it interrupts the first stage of development, just like the theory before this, which is the Abraham's Maslow's theory. Yeah. So one of the major characteristics that Michael showed in the movie was trust. Like I said, he didn't trust anyone because he had bad past experience. So for example, in this movie, Michael is a football player, right? Like I said, okay. So during the tournament, Michael did not perform because people at that field were making fun of him. They were making fun because he is black, he is big, and then what is unfair because the referee gave him a penalty because excessive blocking because he blocked way too much because he is big. It's unfair, right? So because of that, the coach was mad lah. He defended Michael. So because the coach defended Michael, Michael felt like okay, someone has my back. So he gained trust. So because he trusted his coach, he played very well. He took care of his teammates, and they won. So the last theory is theory of psychosocial development by Erickson. So Michael is basically struggling with the identity versus role confusion because the TUI expect him to be a very successful football player and he will attend University of Mississippi. So University of Mississippi ni
Wow.
is the TUI family used to go to the university. Macam they are the graduate people lah. So they wanted Michael to also enter the same university as they did.
From a homeless kid to a graduate university student. Wow, amazing.
You can see how supportive they are,
And
right?
if I'm not mistaken, this movie is take from a real
Yes.
real movie, right? Real life,
Yes,
right?
yes. Okay, so moving on. Because they expect Michael to be a successful football player, um, Michael asks questions to Leah Ann whether if they will accept Michael if Michael did not become a football player because if Michael wanted to do whatever he wants, then Leah Ann said that it's his life. So when Leah Ann said that, Michael realized that he doesn't have to do he can do any decisions that he wants. He doesn't have to feel any pressure or fulfill any expectations. So this is a very important marking point in his development. So in the end of this movie, he decided to choose the TUI's alma mater, which is University of Mississippi, because he wants to continue their legacy in sports because this family is very, very, you know,
Sportive.
yeah, because they are athletic lah. I would say they are very active in sports. So he decided to continue the legacy. And
Oh,
from by
so
presenting you,
cute.
Kak, it's
So
very very
cute.
cute. Sorry very
Very
much.
cute gila. I think I want to watch this movie this
So
weekend.
everyone should go and watch this movie.
You should, because this movie is very popular on TikTok right now. I
Yes,
scroll all this movie. I scroll this movie. So a bit I got your point, your storyline. Okay.
Okay, that's it
So,
from
thank you, Yen. Thank you, Ain Safia.
Thank you, Che.
Muah, muah. So, now we go to
Going to Kak Far. Kak Far, do you want to take 2 minutes break? Or you got want to continue?
1 minute. 1 minute, okay.
1 minute. Okay. Nafasan.
Buka lampu ke tak buka lampu? Open the lamp or not?
Try tutup.
Tutup okay lagi
Boleh lah. Cahaya no. Nampak.
Saya keimanan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Wait.
Tak tahu siapa yang penat sebenarnya kan. Orang yang present tak penat. Orang yang tak present yang penat minum air tadi. Lenguh.
How to? Okay.
Okay.
Open up. Oh my god. Wait. Technical difficulty, guys. Hold on. Don't get mad at me. Okay. There. Do you want me to play the video?
Maybe I introduce myself first lah. Okay. Firstly, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Big thanks to our lecturer, Dr. Shafika, because give these enjoyable opportunities to us. Yay! And grade 3, thank you so much, my lovely classmate, because join our live tonight. Maybe you all have your assignment and so on, but you guys still with us. Thank you so much. Share ni. We are so appreciated. So, my name is Nur Farzana binti Mat Rais. You can call me Far, and my metric number is A185277.
Macam tak ingat.
So, firstly, I want to ask my partner, my lovely partner tonight. Yang, do you like to watch anime cartoon?
I do, especially Doraemon.
You do so. Let's play the video.
Okay, hold on.
Doraemon! Cuba awak teka hari ni hari apa? Ha? Jangan usik! Baguslah kalau boleh tengok mimpi kan?
Tapi itu pun masalah juga. Orang akan rasa yang mimpi itu lebih seronok. Lepas tu mereka tak nak keluar dari mimpi yang mereka tengah tengok tu sampai bila-bila.
Mula jangan tinggalkan saya.
Awak tak payah ikut kami.
Nobita, semua mimpi aku terus jadi mimpi.
Kerja rumah tak buat. Kemaskan rumah pun kamu malas.
Semuanya saya buat sendiri. Hebat kan? Saya ada kat sini tau. Cepatlah datang kat sini Doraemon. Datang selamatkan saya ya.
Oh.
Sad.
Dot.
Okay, next slide.
So today we want to review and share one of our favorite childhood cartoon, Doraemon. I don't know why, Ying. Every time I saw or I say or mention Doraemon, automatically I must going to sing their theme song. I think they have succeed lah in term of marketing their anime.
Okay, it's addictive.
So at first, Doraemon, so we can see Doraemon. At first, Doraemon were inspired from manga, or we can call comic, written and illustrated by Fujiko Fujio. He is come from Toyama, Japan. So you can see the handsome face Fujiko Fujio. So you can see this manga released on 1 June 1969 and started released on television as cartoon at 1973. So and now we in 2021. It's more than 50 years. Can you guys imagine? Can you imagine, Ying? This cartoon is much older than us.
Right. I
Like
feel old
nenek
now.
tau.
50 years.
Ying, what you age? What you age now?
I'm 20 years old. I don't want to say I'm 20, but I'm 20 years old.
You're 20 years old and I'm 23. Even if we combine our age, still can't beat Doraemon, guys. This
Oh my God.
cartoon like our grandparents too. Like our grandparents do. So, and the amazing part is Doraemon manga is one of the world best-selling manga with over 100 million copies sold.
That's a lot.
Like a bapa like kalau Malay people will say gila bapa gempaknya kan. So next slide.
There you go.
Let's digging the storyline of Doraemon. So I think everyone already familiar with Doraemon anime, even if they don't follow their story, their movie or their manga, but at least people definitely know that Doraemon is a blue. It's a blue robot with a pocket in front of his belly. Definitely, everyone will know it. And his partner who is always troublesome. Ying, if you know who is his troublesome partner.
Nobita!
Yay! Pandai. Yep. So, the story revolves around an 11 years old child named Nobita Nobi. He is a lazy person, do not like sport activity, not wise in studying pula tu, always bullied by friends at his school, named Giant and Sunyo. Giant and Sunyo, his he always get bullied by Giant and Sunyo. But sometimes they friend lovely also. So Nobita has a close friend since childhood named Shizuka Minamoto.
I love Shizuka.
And he has a special feeling towards Shizuka. He has a special feeling to Shizuka.
But Shizuka's pretty, so it's fair.
Yeah. And he also too dependent on Doraemon helps and to sikit-sikit Doraemon. Like that lah, Nobita. Yeah, his character. So, and Doraemon, a blue cat robot, robot who look like a cat that's come from the 22nd century to help Nobita with his problem and to save his future also lah, because he is too slow, too troublesome even for himself.
Doraemon's like a maid.
Yeah. Next. Okay, itulah people say small not die, big trouble people. This this kind of lah, this kind of.
Okay.
So, Doraemon has a 4-dimensional pocket, can store equipment from the future. At his belly, he has a pocket. So, in the pocket, he store equipment from the future to help this Nobita Nobi. So among the most frequently equipment they use is a head-mounted, they call techopter,
Wait, is
like
this
what
like
Nobita use.
Nobita? Okay, the one Nobita is using
Yeah, that allow a person to fly. So they can go anywhere. So enjoy best Nobita.
I want a helicopter.
Yeah lah. Actually we can design it.
Takut tak terbang.
but we can fly. Just I believe I can fly, but I not fly. Okay?
1 inch.
Yeah. So and a door to anywhere. Door to anywhere, pintu ke mana saja. That can take a person anywhere they want to go. So Yeng, if you want to go, if you so lazy from your bilik kita punya apa?
Room.
For your room to kitchen, you can use
Oh my
pintu ke mana saja, door to anywhere. Best kan? So
Best.
the storyline always tells every time Doraemon release one of the equipment for Nobita, Nobita will misuse the equipment causing various problem and disaster. Dah tolong misalkan pula, itulah dia. So,
Okay.
how does this movie relates to psychology? If we think lah kan, if we think Doraemon, why they will relate to psychology? So that's the point. If you notice, guys, the feature closely related to psychology hidden in this story is dependent personality disorder that we call is DPD.
I've never
So-
actually heard this disorder before.
I also.
Mhm.
So dependent personality disorder (DPD) is a type of anxious personality disorder. So they quite same lah, anxious personality disorder. People with DPD often feel like helpless, submissive, incapable of taking care of themselves, and for making simple decision also
Also, they can.
make also that they can. And dependent personality disorder (DPD) is characterized by an enduring pattern of pervasive and excessive psychological dependence on other people in order to be taken care of and to meet one on emotional and physical need. So they fear of separation and passive, clingy, and submissive behavior. So it begin by early adulthood and it is present in a variety of contexts lah, and it's associated with inadequate functioning. So DPD, but DPD with help, someone with DPD can learn for their self-confidence and self-reliance lah. And for dependent personality disorder ni, we clearly lah we talk about Nobita. We can see that we clearly talk about Nobita. Takkan Doraemon tak menyusahkan kan? Clearly lah Nobita. The problem one. So
Okay.
in this story, we can relate it with Alfred Adler theory. Next. So in the story, we can relate it with Alfred Adler theory, which is inferiority complex. Actually,
We actually learned this, guys. We actually learned this a couple of hours back.
you must learn this. Actually, this theory is very interesting, you know. It's
It
very
is.
interesting.
Totally.
It's very, sometimes this theory very what we call it, very kena kita tau.
Yeah.
What,
We
how-
can
how
relate to it.
it's very relate with us. So inferiority, what is inferiority complex theory? What is so it's a condition that develop when a person is unable to compensate for normal inferiority feeling. So in a individual characteristic, people will poor opinion of themselves. They will feel helpless, unable to cope with a demand of life. And as in,
Nobita, right?
Nobita life. Nobita life. Because we talk about Doraemon. Doraemon story, but Nobita.
Nobita.
How we can say but Nobita.
Not
We
Doraemon,
talk
guys.
about Doraemon story, but the troublesome is Nobita. So as in one of the Doraemon episode, to relate with this movie, not this story, this cartoon. As in one of the Doraemon episode, if you guys know, Nobita is like lost direction, fear extreme sadness when Doraemon suddenly can't function. Have one of the episode of Doraemon, but I can
I feel like I've watched it before, but I don't remember because it's been a while actually.
tak ingat pula episode berapa.
There's a lot of episode, Kak Fa.
But Doraemon already have 2,000 something episode and still continuous
No,
till now.
seriously,
Yes.
until today?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought they stopped already.
And they have a movie already. They say it end off, but no, they still continuous. And when Doraemon suddenly can function, this Nobita like a lost direction, fear, extreme sadness, and that situation has changed Nobita character.
Oh, really?
Like what Dr. Shafika said, character the traumatic Dr. Shafika or Seakif.
I think it's the arcade.
Seakif. The traumatist will change. The
Yeah.
big traumatist will change character of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this situation has changed Nobita character into a different person after losing Doraemon.
Did he
So
become independent or is he still dependent?
it's become more independent lah, more independent. But it's took too long time to him overcome
Mm-hmm.
this condition.
Yeah.
If we story this Doraemon, I think after tomorrow cannot done ni.
His life is going to be 24 hours. It's not going
Yeah.
to be like an hour.
This Doraemon is my favorite cartoon. It's my favorite cartoon.
A lot of people. It used to be my favorite cartoon also. I was
Used
growing up.
to. But now you K-popers.
Doraemon's already gone.
Okay, guys. So that's all from me. For this presentation, actually we review and enjoyable.
Yeah, we
Because we actually from start to ending we love too much.
it's
We
been
are so sorry, Dr. Shafika, because we are very enjoy with this presentation.
watching this like, oh my god, you guys are enjoying this way too much.
We are very enjoy this presentation. So very sorry from us. And thank you for lending your ears and your time for us. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, guys, for watching. We really appreciate for you to come and watch because we know we have a lot of assignment, guys. I mean a lot, but you still make time to watch us, which we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Woohoo! You're so awesome, classmate. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Assalamualaikum, guys.
Assalamualaikum.